Territory correspondent Matt Cunningham broke the news last hour of another one of these cases, a 12-year-old boy who died 3 years ago after sniffing aerosol cans. There had been numerous warnings to authorities about problems in that house, indeed just as recently as 2 to 3 weeks before his death. According to an internal investigation, authorities also failed to obtain information about known sex offenders living with vulnerable children. Since then, the agency has been overhauled. It's now called Territory Families. And we spoke to the Minister responsible, Dale Wakefield, on this program last week. But get this, the department received more than 22,000 warnings about maltreatment of children last financial year, but apparently substantiated only 23 cases of sex-related harm. And Professor Maria Harries is a member of the Australian Centre for Child Protection expert panel. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon, Maria Harries. Can I just start by asking you about these shocking cases we're seeing at the moment? I mean, do they surprise you from your years of experience in this area that these sort of cases are emerging where warnings have been made to authorities and yet children are either, in the case of Tennant Creek, being raped, or in the case we've heard about this afternoon, dying from aerosol can sniffing, despite all these warnings?
And it's a massive problem. I was asked yesterday whether it was a new crisis, and I said, no, it's been a crisis for a long time and it's been growing. In 1997, we had 14,000 children in care of the state. In this 20 years later, we've got 49,000 children in care. We have 234,000 notifications last year. And, the Northern Territory example is just a microcosm of what is happening, not just in Australia, but worldwide in terms of notifications and the difficulties of dealing with the issue. I think we've got to radically change the paradigm in which we work. The bulk of the notifications that come in are not about children who have been raped or are being locked in cupboards or are being attacked physically. The bulk of the notifications are about poor families, homeless families. The instance in the Northern Territory is a very good one. Families that are living in households that are overcrowded with various adults because they don't have anywhere else to go. Drug and alcohol problems, family violence. So what we have really is we've got a vast number of children being referred to our services. And it's their parents and their families' needs that aren't being addressed that lead to these children coming into care. The simple solution is to say, just bring them into care. There aren't enough care systems to do what needs to be done. And the outcomes of care are sometimes pretty awful. In fact, they are significantly awful for a lot of kids.
Well, that's a really powerful point to all those who say, we should be taking more kids out of the family setting. You've laid out the reasons why that's not the best answer. But what is? I mean, should there be more random checks in these families where warnings have been made about what's going on in the house, drunkenness, domestic violence, whatever? Should there be more random checking? Should there be more registering of who is in that household? What's the answer?
Well, I think it's possible. Mistakes will be made. We've got to improve it. But the answer is to do two things. If a child comes into care, let's make sure that they get the best possible care. But let's also, at the same time, try to deal with the adult problems and the family problems and the community problems that are making these dangerous situations for children in the first place.